Hello there, I'm Ken and you're watching Kilt Can Cook, the Scottish cooking channel that encourages young men and women to have the confidence and competence they need to conquer the kitchen. Today we're going to be doing a special dish called Oriental Stir Fry. What does this mean? I've been informed by my producer that the word Oriental is offensive when used to refer to the continent of Asia, as it brings up negative emotions from the British age of imperialism and reinforces an unproductive cultural stereotype. As such, we'll be referring to this at... Today we're going to be cooking Big Continent Stir Fry.
Alright, we're going to start with 4 chicken breasts, a large onion, about 8 ounces of mushrooms, the same amount of broccoli, the same amount of sugar snap peas, a cup of brown rice, soy sauce of course, and some sriracha for flavour. Let's see, I've forgotten something, what was it? Oh aye, that's right, garlic. Now I've included a link in the video description as to how you can cut an onion, but for right now, in the interest of saving time, you can watch that at your leisure. We're going to skip! Oh look, the onion's magically cut! We're going to store our vegetables in this bowl here. You didn't have to, but I had to keep everything in one place. Much like with the onion, you know how to cut a mushroom, so we're going to skip most of this. Just make sure your slices are safe, you don't cut yourself, and everything's a nice uniform ½ centimetre to centimetre thick. That's good. Perfect. Turn your gas range to high and get your pan ready. Coat it with about, 2 tablespoons worth of olive oil. Now I know it says organic on that, but that's all Costco is selling at the time, I swear. Don't hold that against me. I'm no hypocrite. Switch that around in your pan for a wee bit. And as that comes to a nice heat, we're going to stick a piece of mushroom on there. And when it sizzles, you know it's time to put all the rest of the ingredients on. Now I'm not going to lie, I didn't recall if that dishwasher was clean or not. I recommend using clean utensils, but you do what you want. Set that around for a bit, let the oil coat it and whatnot. And then we're going to dump a tablespoon or 2 of kosher salt on top. And then just wander off for a few minutes. While that cooks, we're going to prepare our chicken breasts. So, we're going to cut these into nice thin strips, but this white stuff, that's vile. So we're going to cut that off and throw it away. We go with boneless breasts for obvious reasons. Specifically, I am lazy. Nice uniform slices. And then we're going to slice each strip up the middle and then bisect it. So you get 4 pieces. And then do it again. And this is a slightly longer piece, so it's going to be 6 little pieces. It doesn't matter how many pieces you have, just make sure that each piece is about the same size for uniform time and cooking. Now this is much easier if you have things a wee bit frozen. Not too frozen, just a little bit, like 3/4 of the way defrosted, with 1/4 frozen still. It takes a long time to cut this, so you don't need to see all of that. Just use the same steps. After you cut the chicken, come back to your vegetables. Stir them around a wee bit. Get rid of any dry husks. By now, your mushrooms should be starting to turn a wee bit grey, and your onions should be more flexible and beige. Now's a good time to add a teaspoon of garlic to the mix. No need to get too precise. I dunno. Just stir it into the mix. You'll like the taste of it, I'm sure. Ooh, you see? Some of the mushrooms are turning a nice brown colour. Stirring, stirring. This dish takes a while, but it's worth the payoff. Once your onions have a light brown colour and have lost that oniony smell, it's time to take them off the high heat and put them on the back burner. And we're going to start in on the rice. We want 2 cups of water for every cup of dry rice. That's the normal recipe. If you happen to have your own rice cooker, I have no idea what the recipe is for that. I've never owned one. I recommend following the instruction manual. Set that to high heat, bring it to a boil. Now I had some leftover quinoa, and that has the same 2-to-1 ratio. So I'm adding a ½ cup of quinoa and a ½ cup of rice. I like the flavour of quinoa, it gives a nice textural component. Yeah, just dump it on in there. And we're going to bring it to a boil. Don't have the water boil first and then add your grains. And then just stick it on the back burner as we get our chicken ready. We're going to need a lot of oil for this one. Get a different spatula for a chicken than you use for your vegetables, or else you're going to need to clean it off every time you touch raw chicken. Dinna get salmonella. That's right. Now, just as before with the mushroom, test your oil's heat by putting in a wee bit of chicken and then waiting for that to sizzle. Once it sizzles, you can dump the rest of it in. Now I'm just going to toss in some kosher salt, about a tablespoon, and just stir it all in. Now chicken takes a while to get ready, about 7 to 10 minutes. And we want it to be brown, and we want the water that's eventually going to accumulate to evaporate. Good, good, good. Now we're going to use some time speed up effects and just cut some of the time it takes. But oh look, the rice is boiling. That's good. Now we're going to turn the heat to low and put the lid on top and then just let it sit by itself. And as you stir the chicken, you see that some of that water has boiled off. But just keep stirring, just keep stirring. Now go wash that spatula off. Use soap. Now that our chicken is well on its way, it's time to add the veggies. We're just going to dump them unceremoniously into the pan. And do the same with the broccoli. That's right. Your pan should be quite full by now, so be careful as you stir it. And it's okay if things fall over the side. You just pick it up, put it right back in. Just get everything mixed together. Add a wee bit of garlic, another teaspoon or so. And instead of adding salt, we're going to be adding soy sauce to the mixture. Now don't try to mix this much sodium in if your doctor says you have hypertension or heart issues, or if he says you should cut back on salt. I will not have you come to me and say, Ken, I went and had my heart exploded. That's not my fault, you fatty. Go back to your chicken, you see that most of that water started to evaporate. That's good. Keep bouncing back and forth between your veggies and your chicken. Don't let that stuff burn, but it is okay if it gets a wee bit brown. Same with the veggies. After about 7 to 10 minutes, the water's going to evaporate, and that's good. The water should evaporate, and the chicken should brown up. Stir it around as it fries. See what I did there? Otherwise the chicken's going to burn, and no one wants to eat carbon. Just like with the chicken, make sure your veggies do not burn. Burnt chicken is unpleasant, but broccoli is inedible. Let's go back and check that rice. Well, not quite. It's got some water still in there. But it is fluffing up nicely. We'll let that sit for a while longer. When your chicken looks like this, you've fried up a pretty tasty dish. One side is a nice brown texture, the other side should be easy to absorb all that soy sauce. You really want to have only one side seared, otherwise it's not going to coat properly. And as you coat your soy sauce, it should turn out a nice cedar brown colour. That's good. Let it cook for a bit. Now we're going to add a wee bit of Sriracha sauce. At this point, it should go from a uniform brown colour to a nice Donald Trump orange. Good, 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 good. I like a wee bit of heat to my Asian dishes. At this point, yeah, everything's pretty much ready except for the rice. So we're going to blend our veggies and our meat together. Because we've got that nice big pan, we can do that sort of thing. Just dump it on in. Nothing, we're not waiting for things to cook and, oh, get that husk out of there. Ugh. But we're just mixing things together so that, flavours can merge. And so that when it's finally time to eat, we can have every bite have a piece of chicken and a piece of veggie. That's good. And I'll put some Sriracha on the veggies. That's good. And ow, I burned my hand. When did that happen? Oh, that's not good. Let's check that rice, eh? Oh, now that's good. Nice and fluffy. It's time to get our plate. Now I'm going to make a nice bed out of my rice. Something for the stir fry to rest upon. Ooh, that's looking good. Use as much as you want. Now, it's time to eat.
Oh, that was a tough one, wasn't it? But it's a good one. I hope you enjoyed this cook as much as I did. As you can tell, there's a lot of clean up to be had, but if you're any lucky, you've got yourself a wife or a husband or a roommate who can take care of that for you. But in the meantime, you've got yourself a delicious meal to enjoy. Oh, look at that! The sun's setting my beard ablaze. Well, it's fine, as should be. Oh. You're watching Kilt's Can Cook, the Scottish cooking channel that encourages young men and women to have the confidence and competence they need to conquer the kitchen. Oh, hit like and subscribe. Because a meal this good, it deserves at least one like and subscribe from each of you. Huh?